All right, hey guys, this is our first lesson for e-learning. It is about factoring, and I'm going to review just a little bit about factoring right at the beginning, the thing that we left off on that Friday. So remember we were factoring, and we had something like x squared plus 7x plus 10. And we always asked ourselves, is it in standard form? X squared, x number. Will this one have same signs or different? This one, since it's a plus 10, it has same signs. Then I look to the middle, and they're both going to be positive. If this C term would have been negative, then they would be different signs. So I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to this 10, but add to this 7. So I have to think of all the numbers that multiply to 10. 1 and 10, 2 and 5. That were the same sign, both positive. So the ones that add to 7 are the 2 and the 5. So I would put x plus 2 and x plus 5. All the ones that we did before break, right here, they had no number in front of the x squared. So this week we're going to start some that do have a number in front of the x squared. And we're going to use something called slide, divide, bottoms up to factor. So let me erase this and we're going to start looking at that. So the first couple steps are the same. You still want to make sure that it's in standard form, and you still want to check the C term to see if it's going to have same signs or different signs. So slide, divide, and bottoms up. I have attached in this file folder the steps for slide, divide, bottoms up. To help you look at it. You can look at it as many times as you want. It's just a worksheet that's uploaded on there. So what I mean by slide, I'm going to take the A term times the C term. So remember, if it's in standard form, it's ax squared plus bx plus c. So when I'm talking about multiplying the A times C for slide, I'm talking about multiplying the A and the C. When I'm talking about divide, after I multiply the A times C, I'm still going to have to find two numbers that multiply to that AC, but add to the B, just like I was doing. After I find those, I'll divide by A, and then I'll move the bottom, the denominator, if it doesn't divide evenly, I'll move it bottoms up. And once you see it, you'll see that it makes a lot more sense. So like I said, these notes are in one of the little files that I'm going to upload for the e-learning. You can look at it a million times. There's some examples on there, and you can watch this video as much as you want. All right, so let's look at this first one. 7x squared plus 29x plus 4. So if you notice here, there is a number in front of the x squared. We always check, though, for standard form. So x squared, x number. So it is in standard form. Then I'm going to check the C term. C term is a plus. So that tells me they're going to have the same sign. Look to the middle, and they're both going to be positive. So first thing I do is slide, which means I multiply A times C. So 7 times 4 is 28. So I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to that 28, but add to the 29, just like I was doing before. So numbers that multiply to 28. 1 times 28, 2 times 14, 28 divided by 3 is a decimal, 4 times 7, and that's it. So you have to think, which one of those adds to 29? 1 and 28. 1 times 28 is 28, 1 plus 28 is 29. So I'm going to put them in parentheses just like I did before. So x plus 1 and x plus 28. So that's the slide part. Now the second step for slide, divide, bottoms up is I'm going to divide by the A term. So let's all look. The A term is 7. So I'm going to divide both of these by 7. Okay. Now, 1 divided by 7, that's not a whole number. So if it's not a whole number, then I'm going to move the bottom up. So that's why it's called bottoms up. So bottoms up. So it'll be 7x plus 1. And 28 divided by 7, that's a whole number. That's 4. So that's x plus 4. And I'm done. I'll do a couple more so you can see it again. Make sure you ask if you have questions. I'll be on from 9 to 12, answering any questions through email or on Schoology. So just ask, okay? Let's do another one. This is my son's little dry erase board, coming in handy. All right, so let's try this one. So 2x squared plus 7x plus 6. So same questions. Is it in standard form? X squared, x number. Yeah, it is. And then I ask myself, will this one have same signs or different signs? So right now, think about it. This one will have same sign because that's a plus 6. So same sign, both positive. So since there's an a term, I have to do slide, divide, bottoms up. So a times c is what I start with. So 2 times 6, that's 12. So I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to this 12, but add to this 7. So numbers that multiply to 12. 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4, and that's it. Then I have to start thinking which one adds to 7. So think about it for a second. Which one would add to 7? So that would be 3 and 4. So I'm going to put those in parentheses. X plus 3 and x plus 4. So that was the slide part. Now I do divide. I divide by the a term. So look at the equation. Think about it. Which one's the a term? The 2. So I'm going to divide both of these by 2. So 3 divided by 2, is that a whole number? Nope, it's a decimal. So I have to do the bottoms up. So I'm going to take that 2 and bottom up it. So that'll become 2x plus 3. But 4 divided by 2, that's a whole number. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. So that one will be x plus 2. And I'm done. They're all exactly the same. Let's do this one. Why don't you all try this one by yourself, okay? So right now, on little notebook paper or whatever you got in front of you, try this one. And I'll wait a second for you to try it. All right, if you're not done, go ahead and just pause the video here, finish it, and then start it again. So it is in standard form, x squared, x number. Same sign, both positive. So I have an a, so 5 times 6 is 30, so this is the slide. So I'm multiplying to the 30, but adding to the 13. So 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10. 30 divided by 4 is a decimal. 5 times 6, and that's it. The one that adds a 13, 3 and 10. So x plus 3 and x plus 10. Now, divide. I divide by the a term. So a is 5, so divide by 5. 3 divided by 5 is a decimal, so on that one I have to do the bottoms up. So I'm going to move that 5 bottoms up. So that'll be 5x plus 3. But over here, 10 divided by 5, that's a whole number, that's 2, so x plus 2. And remember, if you're not sure if your answer is right, multiply these back together. Double distribute to see if the answer comes out to be the same thing as what you started with. All right, we're going to do just a couple more, and then it's going to be homework time. So 3x squared minus 11x plus 6. All right, so standard form, x squared, x number, and then I look at the c term. Same sign, but this one, they're both going to be negative. So make sure you're checking for that because that's where a lot of you all mess up is your signs. So 3 times 6, so for my slide, so that's multiplying to 18, but adding to negative 11. So they both have to be negative. So negative 1 and negative 18, negative 2 and negative 9. Negative 3 and negative 6, and those are the only numbers that multiply to 18 that are both negative. Which one adds to negative 11? Negative 2 and negative 9. So x minus 2 and x minus 9. So slide, divide by that 3, and then bottoms up if I need to. 2 divided by 3 is not a whole number, so that one has to go bottoms up. So that's 3x minus 2. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So that one's x minus 3. And I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and stop there. If you all have any questions, please let me know. This is just the beginning. Tomorrow we'll also do another practice of this stuff. And that's pretty much what we're going to work on all this week, is to make sure that we get this down. All right. Thanks, guys. Oh, didn't hit end. Bye.